College football news coming at you again. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell notification. And in tonight's pregame, we're going to break down the fourth-ranked Clemson Tigers facing off against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And we're going to look at some of their stats and team leaders coming from last year. And on the Georgia Tech side, we have Simmons with 1,468 passing yards, 12 TDs to only 7 INTs. At the running back position, we have Smith with 378 yards on 68 attempts and 4 rushing touchdowns. Senior wide receiver for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, a 6'3" Malachi Carter looks to make a huge difference in his final season as they try to pull up a big upset tonight. He had 2 TDs on 489 yards receiving and 37 receptions last year for the Yellow Jackets. At the Clemson Tigers, returning starters in production, we got Ukulele at quarterback, who did not have a very good season last year. He had 2,246 passing yards through the air, 9 TDs, but 10 costly interceptions as they underperformed last year. Shipley, the running back, had 739 yards on 149 attempts and 11 TDs as he looks to take over the game this evening. Clemson wide receiver that looks to have a big impact coming off of a slow but yet productive season last year is a senior wideout out of Folsom, California. At 6'3", 215 pounds, he can be the physical presence that Clemson needs at the wide receiver position, but he only had 1 TD on 23 receptions and 438 yards last season, but he looks to start a good senior campaign on his last year of a Clemson Tiger tonight. Now, as we take a look at the offensive statistics from 2021 season, you can see the Clemson Tigers had 191.2 passing yards per game, very subpar, and that's not going to get the job done. Near the bottom of college football at 163rd in the nation. They had 168.0 rushing yards per game last season. Again, as a team, not going to get the job done at Clemson, 92nd in the nation, better than the 163 passing, but not going to get the job done this year if they're looking to claim a national championship and yet another ACC title. And you see they only scored 26.3 points per ball game last year, and that was 121st in the nation, and they look to change that tonight. Taking a look at Georgia Tech's offense, it wasn't much better. No, it wasn't. They had 198.3 passing yards per game. Not very good. 154th in the nation. Not going to get the job done, Georgia Tech. And they had 169 yards per game rushing. Would be good if that was one single back, but not for a team, Georgia Tech. 90th in the nation. And points per game, even more pitiful. 24 even a game. Not going to get the job done. College football news will tell you that right now. 142nd in the nation. As we take a look at the defensive statistics for both of these ball clubs, and not much better as I take a look at this. Not championship caliber defenses that I'm seeing, but Clemson has a much better defense than the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, as the pass defense, which was what they struggled with last year, giving up big plays through the air that really cost them at key moments in ball games. 94th in the nation at 208.8 yards per ball game, and they're going to have to improve on that if they look to get that ACC championship game and college football playoff berth. And they are 96.6 yards per game, 31st in the country in rush defense, and 14.8 points per game allowed, 20th in the nation, championship caliber scoring defense. Now on the other side here, Georgia Tech. I know you had a new coach, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing here, Georgia Tech. I'm thinking this game's going to be a blowout as we look at your defense. 273 yards per game allowed through the air. That's almost the worst in college football at 207th place. If we take a look at rushing defense, even worse and not going to get the job done. This looks like a 3-9 season for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets as they allow 182.6 yards per ball game a game, and that's 176th in the country. And scoring defense, atrocious. 33.5 points per game, 179th in the nation. Combine that with their offense, it's going to be a long season and a blowout loss tonight.